Melisandre is a toss-up for me for being like a strong female. She has like a leadership role, like often. She's probably manipulating Stannis more often than not. But I don't know. I'll reserve judgment. I think she's strong enough. She's not like most of the females in the series that I was reading about, which always think, well, I'm a woman, blah blah. She's never like thought that. So that's that's kind of cool. And like, and to go along with that, it wasn't just them thinking like, oh, I'm a woman. It's just they're always just talking about women like, oh, I need to get some babes in her, or some babies, like that's all they're good for. It's like I don't know why Martin was like writing about that so much. Like every like male perspective I was reading, like there was like, yeah, why don't I just go home and find me a woman and have some babies by her, And it's just like I don't know. It's just I felt it was just kind of ridiculous. I'm sure those thoughts do come up, to people, but just the way it just kept repeating in that fashion, instead of saying starting a family or something, I don't know. But anyway, maybe I'm just reading too much into it. But yeah, so Melisandre's doing some interesting things. I'm wondering what her relationship with Jon wants to be. It seems to me that she would want to have sex with him. Like she wanted him to like sleep in the king's chambers with her. She's always trying to get his attention, so she has some interest in him. And from her fires, I don't see how Jon's path necessarily coincides with her ambitions. So I think she has some interest in Jon just outside of Stannis and all of that. So she just kind of likes Jon for whatever reason. And yeah, so let's go on to Bran. Now he's a really exciting character. It's really cool that he finally gets to see the three-eyed crow, which we've been waiting for like forever since book one. And three-eyed crow was a little bit anticlimactic. I thought it'd even be cooler than what he was, but he was still pretty cool. He's apparently just a guy that's lived for maybe hundreds of years, thousands of years. I don't, probably not thousands, but let's just say few generations. So probably let's say 500-ish years. I don't know how many generations back he is, but he's just basically a super powerful skin changer with some like extra abilities, and it kind of shows that the red priests and all them aren't the only ones with powers. That the old gods have some tricks up their sleeves as well. And so apparently he can like look through all of the weirwood tree's eyes and maybe do more than that. So who knows what heights Bran will take it, and who knows what Bran will learn from this Green Seer. So yeah, so I'm excited for Bran. I'm excited for him getting the children of the forest. I'm hoping he'll take them to the wall, kind of join up with whatever Jon's doing, and that we'll see some cool action there. And whoever tries to oppose Jon and oppose the Stark family, they're gonna have a deadly arsenal, it seems, to get through with Bran's new abilities and Arya's new abilities. So she's going to be really observant, really deadly, and I don't know. I'll be curious to see if it comes down to it, whether Melisandre's crystal can protect her from Arya's learning about poisons and ways to kill people. I wonder if that'll ever clash. The heads of those two things will clash. Lastly, let's talk about, well, second to last, let's talk about Jon. So, Jon. So, on him, I was pretty pissed. Very, very annoyed. I don't know, I was ecstatic. I was just like, how am I supposed to even read on? Like, what is going to happen with all this? And, alright. For those speculating here, I'm gonna get into some speculation. Jon was basically, here's my understanding of what happened. Jon was doing some cool stuff. He was getting wildlings from beyond the wall, so that they don't die and just turn into enemies that face him. He might as well have them die on his side of the wall, or better yet, if he can use them to fight, the common enemy, the others. That'd be great. They're still people. Yada yada yada. Any person he takes from there is one less person he has to fight as a white. So I mean, it's a really good idea for him to take them, but the wall's just not used to it. They're like, hey, we fought these people before. Why are you bringing him here? And that and giants. Giants probably kind of threw him kind of over the edge. Like, you're bringing giants? Really? These aren't even humans anymore. But Jon's like, hey, if the wildlings can get along with giants, why can't we get along with giants? They're not like inherently evil creatures. You can obviously talk with them and they can choose sides and whatever. They're just creatures, kind of like children of the forest. Yeah. But it wasn't just that which led up to this. It was they're kind of getting pissed about him getting the wildlings, but they're also mad. I think what tipped the tip of the iceberg was when Jon said, "I'm going to go confront Ramsay Bolton," and when he did that, I feel that the other higher ups on the wall, even though the ones that respected him and liked him, basically felt that was a betrayal of the wall's code and that the Lord Commander was taking people away from what the wall's supposed to be about. So this is my interpretation of what happened. Was that they just saw what Jon was doing. You know, they may have liked Jon as a person, yada yada, but they just felt he was on the wrong path, and so they decided that they needed to replace him or lock him up or something. And so that's why they're always like, for the wall, and they're trying to kill him, and all these members that he had no idea were trying to kill him did so. And I don't believe he's dead. Reason being, because I feel like there's too many plot lines around Jon for him to die, and if you just took him out of the story, it'd be absolutely horrible. But there's some other clues that just kind of suggest he didn't actually die. But yeah, we're gonna see where they go with that, because I don't know what all they could do. I mean, they're gonna lock. I mean, whatever it is, it's not good. He's obviously injured right now, and that stab in the stomach with the knife, I don't know if he had any defense that would make sure that didn't go too deep. But yeah, so I don't know. I mean, we're gonna see like what Jon and healing for the next book, just laying in rest. I mean, this is or locked up in a prison. This is kind of messed up. So we'll see. I don't think he's dead, but it's not good. Let's put it that way. It's not good, and it did take me by surprise. It shouldn't have, I guess. Melisandre kept foreshadowing it all the time. You know, there are knives all around you that you don't think are around you, and never leave your wolf, you know, not by your side. And what did he do that day? He kept wolf inside. So it was coming, but yeah, that sucks. So that's gonna be a chapter to read. I still think by the end of the day he is gonna be Lord Commander again. That is my bet. Yeah, so let's take the last couple minutes to just talk about the letter he got that kind of riled him up. Some people are wondering, oh, is Stannis, did Stannis really, kill, or did Lord Bolton really kill Stannis or whatever? I think the answer is no, because if he did, he would have got his wife back. So I think, Lord Bolton is lying, there. I did think he really captured Mance. He tortured him enough to get him to confess that, yeah, I was here to look for Arya, and so that's why he speculates that Jon took Arya. But beyond that, I think he has no idea what's up. He just knows, he doesn't know if, where Arya is exactly, and he didn't capture and kill Stannis. Stannis is still alive and kicking, and yeah, so I don't know. I don't know exactly what's going to happen, but yeah, I mean, what worst happens? What, we lose Mance Raider? I mean, what's Jon really care? I mean, it sucks. He seemed like a decent person, but cool character anyway. But yeah, I really don't know what's that going to happen, but I do know he's lying about that. Stannis is still fine and has the fake Arya. So yeah, and on the ending, it was it was a neat ending, but I've read a couple reviews, or a review anyway, and one complaint was just there's way too many cliffhangers in this story. They had like John had a cliffhanger, Danny had a cliffhanger, Jamie had a cliffhanger. Um, the very end of the story was a cliffhanger, and it's just no character had any like comfort zone resolution. So what's going to happen on the throne, I don't know, but it's going to be something to do with Varys, obviously. I don't know who he's vouching for. He doesn't seem to be vouching for himself, but we'll see who he's trying to help out. Anyway, talk to you guys later.
I have much and more to offer.